Hey, I'm Butterfly.
Hey, I'm Firefly.
Have you ever wondered if we aren't being told the truth about everything?
What have we been lied to about? Join us as we have conversations and ask questions about everything. We invite you to keep an open mind and consider the unfathomable.
Let's break the chains that enslave our minds. Come on, let's go down the rabbit hole.
What's up, Butterfly?
Hey, Firefly, what's going on?
Well, we have a rabbit hole, and we're going to do a kind of a timely rabbit hole.
This is like breaking news.
It's breaking news.
It's a bombshell.
Bombshell. Bombshell.
It's an urgent extra episode, right?
Satan goes, when you're talking about this topic, do not take creative license. I need you to use the exact words verbatim because we're lulling the walkers into a spell. But go
A
ahead.
super stuper.
It's a super stupor, and then we can kind of kill them. But go ahead.
But we don't listen to Satan. We usually do whatever. We usually do the
Satan's
opposite
like,
of what Satan.
and that's kind of a problem. I've kind of told you guys that.
That's kind of why we get dinged on YouTube and like we only have 20 followers on Instagram because
Satan's like,
Satan doesn't like
I run those.
those are my platforms.
All those Indian guys, they all work for me.
So, anyway, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Is the World Series and voting the same mind control?
It totally is. It's analogous to being a grown adult and watching World Wrestling Federation and thinking it's real.
Yeah. So I sort of had this epiphany over the weekend because this whole excitement that's been going on with the World Series, oh my God, everybody's been so excited. And remember we did that episode about our pro sports rigged?
Yes.
And I was talking about how I think it was in the playoffs.
That was the other one that we did kind of a timely episode and we published it in real time
We
because it
did.
was prescient.
Because we made a prediction, and I predicted during that episode that I believe that was the one where I predicted the Phillies were going to win.
What you predicted was that they were going to prolong the series. The Dodgers kind of beaten on the Phillies pretty good.
Yeah.
But you were like, well, the Culture Club might not want them to just go 4-1.
Yeah.
They might want to go 4-2 because just having them come back to LA and win one game, there's a lot of money and there's a lot of emotional investment that they get out of that.
And if they prolong it, they can make more money.
It's more money.
And they get the fans more like hyped up and everything, And
it's like, do you remember General Hospital with Luke and Laura?
Yeah, it's like a soap opera.
It's a soap opera. So
Yeah.
now they came back and they won at home in LA, and oh my God! So the people that are watching that are tattooed like walkers, they go, oh my God, I'm so into this. No, I don't want to sit anywhere different. I got my rally cap on. Have you ever seen this?
Yeah.
I got my rally cap.
No, I think that particular episode, it was the Phillies won in Dodger Stadium. I think that's the way it went down.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You predicted that.
Yeah, and I predicted that, and I said, but
and we thought it was rigged.
I think the Dodgers will end up winning the whole thing because they are the favorite.
Well, how did we find that out?
Well, but I said that.
You said
I said that, and then we heard Bryce Harper kind of say the exact same thing. Like the Dodgers are going to win because MLB wants them to win.
That's right.
Now, what is that all about?
Well, that's kind
an
of
interesting statement.
That's kind of similar to that one I was telling you about where Shaq back in '98 was just like, well, Indiana's going to be playing us in the finals. And it's like, well, Shaq, dude, it's not even the playoffs yet. How do you know that? There's 8 different teams going into the playoffs.
People will say, "Oh, well, they just, make a presumption because they're, that's the way they expect it to go."
No.
I don't think that's it. I think they have inside knowledge, and I think that the thing is rigged, and they plan it to go a certain way to some extent, and they know if they do this, they can drag the whole thing out. So they dragged this series out to the very final game. So the Blue Jays were not really expected to even make it this far, and they make it to the World Series, the finals, and they make it to the very last game, game 7.
11 innings.
So yeah, well, that one game went like 19 innings, I think.
Yeah.
And then so the final game is going 11 innings, and So it was like high drama, and then like I remember this one guy gets up, and he this one Dodger, and he, I guess, had like the worst batting average. Like he only had like 6 home runs in the season. He had like a 190 batting average or something. And he gets up and he gets a home run. And that sort of upset the whole game, because then now it brought the Dodgers up to a tie, I believe.
See,
Because
that kind of reminds me of like Hulk Hogan telling like the Ultimate Warrior, okay, you hit me with a chair here, and then you do a suplex. That's probably what happened.
yeah.
That guy got told, hey, the pitch is coming high and tight. He's going to throw a fastball. Be ready and hit it out. And that's what we paid you $1 million for.
Right.
Now, some people might think I'm stupid,
Some
but
people will say no, it's not possible.
I mean, that guy's been playing baseball since he was a little kid.
Mhm.
Think about how like automatic it is for him to play baseball.
Yeah.
His script is probably have a shitty batting average.
Probably. So he was put into that position to be the sort of underdog of the team, that was
That's his
like
role.
the one that like you couldn't really count on to get like a home run or anything. And then he
Yeah.
comes up at just that time when they needed to come up. And I think, I don't know, it's like it just seems a little bit too dramatic at just the right time. You know what I mean?
Well, think about all of the fans.
Right.
So we kind of discussed your typical Dodger fan.
Right.
You went down there.
I've been there.
You've been among them. So you went and you sat in the Coliseum, I mean Dodger Stadium, and you observed.
The Roman Colosseum.
Yes, you were kind of like an anthropologist, and you like went and saw like a tribe in the middle of Africa,
Yeah.
and you were like watching.
It's
Wow,
fascinating.
how do they behave? Look, they eat these horrible foods. They eat a lot of this horrible food. That's interesting.
Yeah.
And they adorn themselves with tattoos and gold teeth, and they wear dumpy kind of clothes, and a lot of them are overweight. So these are some of the observations that we made. But what we noticed was that they seem to be emotionally invested in the outcome of these games.
They're super emotionally invested, and it's like they sort of, it's like they act like they are playing the game themselves.
They're in the game, or like somehow their lives are enhanced by the outcome of these games.
And the outcome is going to somehow change their life in some way, and somehow it's gonna like affect them personally, so
they go get tattoos.
they get I've seen so many people with like Dodgers tattoos. I mean, not even the players do that, because they know they're probably going to get traded next year, so they would have,
it's just,
you know what I mean?
It's such a permanent emotional investment.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
That's like saying, I love fake wrestling for life.
Yeah, and it's like, so the thing that made me start thinking about this was, um I was like, wow, it's kind of similar behavior to people who get so emotionally invested into voting.
That's right.
Because I mean, I've always thought that voting was important, but I've kind of realized that they're picking who's going to go into the
just like pro sports, it's all rigged.
Yeah, like your vote isn't really going to make a difference, and the people that
the Dodgers, it was already said the Dodgers were going to win before the World Series was even being played. They already knew Trump was going to win before the election even started.
Right. And the people that like the hardcore Trump voters, like they get so into it, and it's so important and everything. And it just, I don't know, I had this like epiphany about,
it's such a good epiphany.
Like that they see it's the same kind of mind control. Thing. You know what I mean?
It's a blue pill.
It's a blue pill.
They take a blue pill and they go, this is fake. No, this is real.
Yeah, even though it seems like fake, and they're sort of escaping reality. Now, not that
I saw go ahead.
Not that we don't like want to be entertained or escape reality, but we have to sort of remind ourselves.
I don't tell myself it's real.
Yeah, we remind ourselves.
Like when I'm watching a Stephen King movie, I don't go, by the way, this is real. And I'm like telling my daughter, this really happened. Okay. I was watching Trump do a press conference from Air Force One yesterday. It was on Right Side Broadcast. Mm-hmm. So he's on there and he's going, yeah, No, no, things are going really good. And yeah, I got lots of wins. I'm doing tariffs. And tariffs are really good. And no, no, no. They're killing Christians in Nigeria. We're gonna take care of that.
Oh
And
my gosh.
so what I notice is he's very convincing. Like
Yeah.
he goes on these press conferences and his cobalt blue base just goes, "Oh, he's a hero." Because he's
They're like, what about all the wins?
because you know what? I found myself kind of being endeared to him.
Oh
I
gosh.
was kind of like going, I love the guy, you know?
It's mind control.
It is. He comes off very charming
Mm.
and kind of like, I got everything under control worldwide.
And you know what? Wow, that's interesting.
You
So
know?
that's a really good point because I think that hardcore Trump base, they like hearing that because it makes them feel safe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
And
what he feels like.
it's a blue pill.
He comes out and he goes, "Don't worry, I got everything under control.
Daddy
I'm the
Tr
Teflon Don."
Daddy Trump is going to take care of you
Yep.
and he's going to I remember I told you one of my friends, my Trump friends, she was like so hardcore about the cooties and she kind of woke me up to a lot of stuff. But then with this whole Trump thing, she like took a new blue pill and she's like
Yep.
it because she told me she doesn't want to be scared anymore. She doesn't want to live like how we were
I don't
living
want to
during
be
cooties.
scared, so I'm just going to go ahead and take this blue pill,
Hmm.
and I'm going to tell myself this is real, and that Trump is a real guy, and he has not capitulated at all to the Culture Club.
No.
And then when Trump goes to Israel and he tells Bibi Netanyahu how much he loves him and how good of a job he's doing, she just nods her head and goes, "Yes, yes, but no."
Yeah. And they make excuses all the time. So, oh, he said that, but he didn't really
He
mean
didn't
it.
really mean
He
that.
didn't mean it like
He's
that.
keeping his enemies close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Well,
always have excuses for whatever like wrong thing that those people say or do. They have an excuse for
like my one Trump supporter where I go, Operation Warp Speed. And she goes, I know, but look at the wins.
it. Look at the wins. That's
Yeah.
always what they go
So
back
I think
to.
that's kind of like a Dodger fan.
Yeah.
The Dodger fan goes, "Oh my God, it's going to 11 innings."
Yeah.
And it's like, well, did you know that that's contrived? Did you know that they're keeping you here? Did you know that if they stopped it at 9 innings, they would have lost millions of dollars in advertising for these last 2 innings?
No kidding. Plus all the money that they make on the concessions and everything.
Yeah.
So,
And Shohei Ohtani, that dude is a puppet.
yeah.
He's got a puppet master. If he's getting paid 750 million across a couple of years, that dude has every aspect of his life tightly controlled.
I'm glad you brought up the salary because so I think it's interesting that the Dodgers have the highest salaries in the
Mhm.
whole MLB. They're paying these guys outrageous amounts of money
Totally.
and like I almost feel like having them win 2 years in a row is it kind of reinforces and promotes that the idea that that's okay, that it's a good thing to do. Um,
The Lakers did the same thing. The Lakers had the biggest payroll and then they won the championship.
yeah,
I think what it is the Culture Club kind of likes to promote those types of winners.
yeah,
Why? Because someone like LeBron James is completely soulless and completely aligned with Satan.
yeah.
So when he wins a championship and kids look up to him, they're going to be like, "I want to sell my soul."
Oh my God, epiphany.
Epiphany, epiphany,
Okay.
epiphany.
So a lot of people are under this mindset of that, well, the Dodgers or the Lakers or whatever, they have the best players.
They got the
That's
best.
that's why they keep winning because they have the best. And so
Hmm.
they paid all that money to get the best.
That's how you get the best.
But I think that they're just paying all this money to, like I just said, reinforce and promote the idea that, it's okay to pay this kind of money. But those people are not the best. They're just propped up as being the best, and they're paying them the highest salaries to
Epiphany.
make it okay to do that.
Why is Otani chosen to get the 750 million? So he's kind of like won the lottery.
Right, right.
Why is he chosen? Have you noticed like Japan is kind of like on the map
Mm-hmm.
culturally?
Mm-hmm.
Like anime is huge, and
Mm-hmm.
my daughter like goes down to the anime convention. There's like a million people there.
Yeah,
So Japan's kind of on the map.
right.
Maybe Shohei Ohtani was chosen because he fits the bill.
Yeah.
He's the perfect hero for today.
He was cast in that part because he
That's
was
what he's
perfect.
doing. And he's just playing a role.
Yeah.
There's nothing organic going on.
No. So I was listening to this YouTuber. There's all these YouTubers that like do like commentary on like they do recaps on the games or whatever. They do commentary on like baseball games. So I was listening to this one guy and he was um he was talking about how he's like, now I'm not even a Dodgers fan. I don't even really like the Dodgers, but there's all these people that are saying that, there should be a cap on the salaries and Dodgers are ruining baseball. And he's like, I don't agree with that. That's just, in fact, he didn't say he didn't agree with it. He said that's just factually wrong because here was his whole thing. He's like, all these other teams, they could have had this kind of goes back to the point I was making earlier. They could have had those players if they would have just paid the salaries. Like, the Mets lost their big guy, or no, it was the Yankees lost what's that guy's name? That guy that's he's so cocky. Oh my God, I can't stand him.
Yeah, the notion is
He went to
like,
the
just
Mets.
give these guys all the money that they want.
Yeah.
They deserve it.
Well, he was like, they should have just paid him. And same with Otani. The Angels could have kept him, but they didn't pay him the salary he wanted. Like, what's the problem? And I was thinking, dude, you're just retarded. Like, so all these teams should just come up or can just come up with all these endless like funds to pay these guys like $750 million.
Not realistic.
Not realistic, not sustainable. And
Think about how much revenue the Dodger organization has coming in with, it's kind of like we talked about. It's like a gang insignia. It's like gang
it is.
insignia.
Well, and
so they're selling a lot of merchandise to the Vatos that are in the cartel.
And the point I made during I think it was the episode we did on the Dodgers, this is why they charge like $15 for a soft drink. Literally, like
my mom told me
$15 to get a Coke at Dodger Stadium.
They have this Vato that runs the parking lot at Dodger Stadium.
Uh-huh.
And my mom, because my mom, she's been obviously a Dodger fan since Brooklyn. She grew up in Brooklyn.
Wow.
So she moved to LA the same year as the Dodgers moved to LA. Mm-hmm. So she's kind of been a part of the Dodger organization her whole life. So she remembers like Pee Wee Reese and like the Brooklyn Dodgers. I can't remember. Oh, Yogi Berra, I think, was on there. They had the Dodgers back in Brooklyn. They would go play, speaking of salaries, and then they had to go get a job in the offseason as like a bakery, or driving a truck.
Because they didn't make that much money. Yeah.
It wasn't, and these guys were better players than they are today.
So I just had a little mini epiphany. So I was starting to say how outrageous the prices are at Dodger Stadium. Well, they have to do this to pay these salaries, obviously. You know what I mean? It's like $50 to park and like $15 for a Coke. I think maybe what they're trying to do is they're trying to normalize this, and any other team that wants to like have these really good players or whatever and pay those kind of salaries are going to have to start doing the same thing. Because I don't
think baseball skill matters. I think it's how interesting are you? How entertaining are you?
Yeah, I mean, you have to have the skill.
I think you have to have the skill, but I think anybody can have the skill. I think if you know that the pitch is coming high and tight and everything's rigged, you have enough skill.
You've been practicing long
enough.
But
now because you can't just be skilled. You have to also have some pizzazz. Like Otani kind of has.
Oh, he does. And then his walk-up song is like this, Michael Bublé, like
Konnichiwa,
jazzy kind of song. You know what
Michael Bublé.
Yeah, it's really unusual. But
see, that might be why he is chosen, because
it's the image.
They know that the tattooed fat walkers are going to be like all
yeah
to him.
Maybe they'll clean up, but I don't know. Maybe it's like a way for them to sort of justify making every stadium super overpriced and, sort of robbing.
My mom was saying that.
Because I've been to Angel Stadium and it's half the price.
It's half the price. Like, my mom was telling me the guy.
It's $8 for a Coke, and they're still making a ton of money on that.
So Magic Johnson took over the Lakers, and he is totally a weirdo now. He's in the Culture Club,
Mm-hmm.
And so he's Culture Club. He owns the Lakers. But then there's this one Vato that runs the parking lot. My mom was telling me about him.
Hmm.
And he's been running it for like 40 years. And ever since he took over, it's become a death trap, totally violent, and a ripoff. How much did you pay for parking? 50?
I think it was 40 or $50.
It's just like highway robbery.
Highway robbery.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's this one dude who's decided to do that. Plus, they've had people get pile drived on the stairs like that Giants fan. He
Yeah.
wore his Giants attire, and the dude pile drived him on the stairs
Yeah, totally.
with no one around. There's
Yeah.
no security in there. They should have like with Dodger Stadium, its proximity to the Harbor Freeway and where the Molotov cocktails are being chucked by the
Hmm.
walkers.
It's right there.
It's right there. So they should have security in the parking lot.
Yeah.
There should be really bright floodlights.
Oh yeah, no, it's not like that.
It's dark
It's dark.
and there's no one around.
Yeah. You're just, it's like every man for
And
himself.
like, you
It's
better
like
know Taekwondo.
you're just running for your life to get to your car.
Especially you. You're just like, excuse me, I have a Phillies jersey on, and they're just like, you die.
Yeah, totally.
They hate that. No, but my mom was really pissed about that. She was like, "Oh my God, see, there was a time when sports was kind of wholesome, I think.
Yeah.
Like when my mom and my dad were growing up in Southern California, the Dodgers and the Lakers and the Rams were all cool.
Yeah.
And it was cool to go be a sports fan. And they weren't obsessed,
And
but it was just this cool thing.
it was good, they were good role models for little kids usually, you know.
Rosie Greer, Roman Gabriel, these were like men that you could look up to.
Yeah.
They lived their lives well.
But I think you made a really interesting point. Like, I think like now, especially, they want the role models to be these people that have sold their souls to Satan, because
Yeah.
then the little kids will be following what they're doing.
Like every
You know
time
what
I
mean?
see little kids just being obsessed with LeBron James, I'm always like, oh, you're just gonna get tattoos and gold teeth, and you're just gonna be a walker.
Oh, that guy is really evil.
LeBron.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen an interview with him where he's like sitting there looking at a book, acting like he reads, but then he's like on page 1? And you're just going, dude, you're just perpetrating like you're reading.
Yeah.
Nobody buys the fact that you read books, dude. But anyways, I think this is interesting because of the analogy to voting.
Right.
Because the people that go and get a Dodger tattoo and get all emotionally invested in the outcome of these games, and like they've just had like a marathon. They just got to the end of the World Series.
Yeah.
And think about like that was
They're
like their
celebrating.
whole life. And now they're gonna go have a parade.
Yeah.
Their whole life revolves around this.
Yeah.
These are the people who go to Trump rallies.
Totally.
And these are the people who go to the No Kings movement
Mhm.
and are out there thinking, we're gonna vote in change.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You're watching WWF.
Yeah.
The guy is
That's
up there
what it
flipping
is.
around, and he knew that the guy was gonna throw a suplex.
Yeah. So now I think it's today. It's either today or tomorrow. They're going to have a big parade to celebrate the win. And it's like, what?
There's probably gonna be a stabbing or two.
Oh, and it's like, I was listening to,
I wouldn't want to attend.
I was just listening to the radio this morning, and they were talking about it, and they were like, oh my God, they were so excited. The parade was going to be happening, and we're so excited because we won. And the DJ was going on and on about like how this was such a victory, and like we were all, I don't know. Well, first of all,
how do I
what if you gain from that? But you know what was funny too, while I was listening to the radio? So I changed the station. This is sort of a side note. I changed the station, and it was Eminem. And I was kind of getting into it because I was like, I kind of,
Which one?
Oh God, I don't even remember. But it was
I'm Slim Shady. Yes, I'm Real Shady.
It was a good beat.
He had some good songs.
Yeah, he had some good songs. So I was getting into it. I like turned up the volume really loud. I was like, this is kind of cool. And then all I could
he's got a song that pertains.
All I could think about, the whole thing that kept going through my mind was images of him doing like the Masonic hand gestures.
Yeah.
I kept picturing that, so I changed the channel,
He sold his
and
soul.
it's he sold this. I changed the channel, and it was Katy Perry.
She sold her
And,
soul.
and so I'm like, okay, Katy Perry, whatever. I'm not like a big fan, but I start listening, and then same thing. All I could picture was Katy Perry doing
So think about a little
the
kid.
song.
A
So
little kid goes and listens to Eminem and Katy Perry, then he watches LeBron, and he's just like, "Wow, all my heroes love Satan. I love Satan
but
too."
it kind of sucks because I couldn't get those images out of my head, and I'm like, wow, it's like I can't even listen to a song now. So I changed the station again, and
He's
you
got
know what
one
I
song
find?
where he goes, "Go ahead."
You know what I finally settled on? It was Prince. It was Prince, and I was like, okay,
Purple Rain.
he probably sold his soul, but
Totally.
no, I think it was Raspberry Beret.
Oh, I love that one.
He probably sold his soul, but I think in the end he was speaking truth, and I think that's what how he got unalived.
Yeah, he had
You
one
know
of
what I
those.
mean?
He had one of those 27 Club kind of mysterious deaths. It was like,
Yeah,
well, he overdosed on drugs at 49.
conveniently. Yeah. So I think so I
But
was
I have a
like,
couple of things I want to
yeah,
say. There's a
okay.
couple of things. Okay, so one of them is um, so Eminem has a song and he goes, "Let's get down to business. Must be a circus in town. What is this?" And I think that's kind of what's going on with
Mm-hmm.
the World Series. There's a circus in town.
Totally.
There's a circus in
Give up
town.
bread and circus, and they'll
That's what
never
it
be.
is. It's bread and circus.
So for some people, it's baseball and the World Series, and for other people, it's um, let's go to the No Kings rally, or let's go to the whatever this other
I was
rally
thinking
is.
too, like,
You know.
you know how they're having the parade?
Hmm.
So Otani probably has like the Pope mobile with like a bulletproof glass around it. Like,
They have to save him at all.
totally, because
Yeah.
he's probably like, what? And then, so like before Otani gets in the Pope mobile, they're showing him videos. They're like, well, here's the people that you're going to be in front of just a few months ago on the Harbor Freeway throwing Molotov cocktails because they were mad about ICE raids. So these are your fans. And he goes, I want the Pope mobile completely locked. And I don't want anybody to be able to come within. Because you think Otani's going to just go greet his fans and like shake hands and give autographs?
No.
There's no way. He would be going before third world barbarians that are violent.
Totally.
That's who the Dodger fans are.
Yeah, yeah, because so I started thinking actually like I was like, you know what? I think the fans are going to get sick of the Dodgers. Like just like for them to just win all the time and like nobody can touch them, that's going to get boring.
Well, the Lakers did.
It's going to get
See,
boring.
the Lakers
But you know
have a similar arc.
okay, but so you know what I thought of though? I'm like, no, they won't get sick of them because they are going to love them no matter what. Just like the Trump voters love Trump no matter what. Doesn't matter what
Well,
he says. The Dodgers fans are just going to love them because if they win, that's great. They don't care why or how.
no,
You know what I
no,
mean?
that's true. They're front runners.
Yeah.
They're front runners, and they only care about winning. But you notice how the Culture Club does change things in real time. So what we've kind of deduced is that the Culture Club kind of runs things in real time. So it's kind of like the third base coach, when he's going like this and he's rubbing all the signs and he's doing all that, and he's telling the guy on second, like, okay, you're going to steal,
Hmm.
but he's not. He's just the Culture Club is sending out signs to their puppets in real time.
Maybe maybe that's how they do the signs.
That's it.
They throw them baseball signs.
Exactly. Exactly. It's kind of like the
Seriously,
Illuminati signs.
Epiphany.
That's right.
They're giving them the signs
They
to
give
me.
them the signs.
Yeah.
So they guide them in real time. So I think what happens is they go, okay, Dodgers, Dodgers, good, good, good. But now what's going to be best for manipulating people and getting them into this stupor? Because if you got to think about what's the motivation, it's bread and circus. So you got to keep them distracted. If they start to lose interest in the Dodgers because they're winning all the time, Satan goes, no, 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 no. We need to keep all those people mesmerized by our bread and circus.
Right.
So now the Reds are going to start playing good. And then we've got this new dude on the Reds who's, a little white guy and people love him. So now we're going to have him win. And they'll do that. And it gets people, because these Dodger fans will like turn their Dodger tattoo into a red tattoo. And they'll have it modified. And they'll be like, whatever, I was a Dodger fan. But so they'll change because they have to keep these people mesmerized.
Yeah.
Because if these people start to come out of their stupor, they're going to go, and they're going to look for something else.
Right.
And what if they stumble upon truth?
That's not good for the culture club. Yeah.
That's not good for the Culture Club.
No.
These people can easily be like woken up and go,
I don't know about easily.
Well, it could happen. It could potentially, like, if they lose interest in Ohtani, like, what if it becomes boring?
Well, it could.
You know?
You know what I mean?
And you're just
Like,
like, baseball's so boring.
yeah.
Dude, I mean, I'd rather get waterboarded than watch a baseball game. It's so
I
long.
used to think it was really boring, but actually, I think it's a pretty entertaining and smart game because there's so many weird little like exceptions and rules.
That's the
And
other
they
thing.
they have changed the rules, so they have to keep the game moving faster now.
Well, do you see it gets you sucked in?
Yeah.
It's kind of like Trump when he does his
Hmm.
when Trump did his press conference on Air Force One.
You got sucked in.
Well, I was thinking about Candace. Remember
Yeah.
how you go, I love Candace.
Yeah.
Well, I think effective controlled opposition and effective bread and circus is entertaining. It's
Right.
gonna suck you in.
Yeah.
Trump is really good at making you like him.
He was
That's
a reality TV star.
that's what he's good at. He's good, like, in this press conference, you could see he was even, like, kind of charming with the girls.
Oh, well, he loves the lady.
He loves the ladies going, "Oh, and then that's not a very smart question, but you're cute." You know?
Notice how they're all cute.
They're all
I don't think
cute.
Trump allows women around him that are not attractive.
No.
He's like he probably like picks them out of the line, like they're all from his beauty pageants or
Yeah.
something, and he picks them out. He's like, you, no, not you, you,
Like, what's the mayor of LA called?
oh yeah, what's her name?
Karen.
Bad.
He's Karen Bass.
Yeah.
She's not allowed in Air Force One.
No,
She's like,
she doesn't make the cut.
You've been weighed on the scales and been found wanting. But anyways, Trump does the same thing as Candace Owens. He's super likable and he's super relatable.
Right.
So you even have intelligent people who are drunk on his Kool-Aid.
Yeah, totally.
Intelligent people.
Yeah.
I have friends who I consider probably smarter than me, and they're totally drunk on his Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
It's because he is a smooth talker and he's a salesperson.
Hmm.
And these athletes are the same way. Like you said, you thought, when you went to the baseball game in college with your boyfriend, which I'm jealous. But anyways, you went to the baseball game back then and you're like, this is boring. I want to leave early.
Hmm.
Now you're like, oh, ooh, I'm kind of sucked in.
Hmm.
It's because it's made to suck you in.
Mm.
Even women. I saw some like 21-year-old girl. She's all cute. And she's like, Dodgers, tattoo and shirt and pants.
Yeah.
And it's like, and a hat. I'm just a Dodger fan.
Yeah.
Like, this is my identity now.
Yeah.
This is who I am. I'm a Dodger fan. And it's like, well, she got sucked in. She started watching, and then something grabbed her and appealed to her, and now she's watching Margot, and she loves Margot now.
They're living a fantasy. It's a blue pill fantasy.
That was the key of this episode.
Yeah, they're living a blue pill fantasy.
Same with the ones who are going and voting and think it's making a difference.
Yeah.
It's adults living a fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
I think kids living a fantasy and thinking WWF is real is understandable.
Or being so into like pro sports because they have dreams of being that one day.
They're little kids.
What I mean? Which is what's really scary about these bad these role models that are like,
it's like
Satan.
Show me a 20-year-old Republican. What does it say?
I don't know.
Show me a conservative at 20. I'll show you someone with no heart.
Oh no, it's vote Republican in your 20s and you haven't got a heart. Vote Democrat in your 40s and you haven't got a brain.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's like,
and it makes sense.
Be a Dodger fan in your 40s, you haven't got a brain.
Yeah.
You still think voting is real in your 40s, you haven't got a brain.
Yeah.
If you're looking around today and you're in your 40s, so you've been on Earth now since like the 80s,
mm-hmm.
and you think that voting is at all real, you're just swallowing blue pills and just going, you know what? I like having my head lodged deeply up my ass. It's best. It's like, but doesn't it smell like shit up there? Doesn't matter.
Firefly, let's keep this clean.
I'm sorry. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what these people do. They lodge their head up their butthole.
Yeah.
And then they just leave it up there. And it's like, well, wait a second. Why don't you unlodge it just for a second? No, I don't want that. Because if they unlodge it, they're going to go, whoa, Palantir, digital slave? What?
Yeah.
Because there's gnarly stuff going on right
There's gnarly stuff and people don't want to see it.
People don't want to see it. Well, like, we kind of have this notion like, well, the digital prison's being built. No. The digital prison's built.
Yeah.
We are in the cell now.
Yeah.
We're in our cell.
So people want to take a blue pill and not know that that stuff is happening.
Our only hope now is, remember Clint Eastwood in Escape from Alcatraz?
Hmm.
What does he do? He's in his cell.
Hmm.
He has to dig out.
He did a good job at that.
He did,
That was pretty ingenious.
but that's our only hope now.
I know.
We are Clint Eastwood in our cell.
And then we got to swim across that shark-infested water.
We got to make our rafts.
I know.
We got to dig through the wall.
We got to dig through the wall. Then we got to like make it past the guard tower.
And we got to keep the guards at bay.
And we got to then swim across the shark-infested ice cold waters.
And remember, he made the dummy with the fake hair,
Yeah.
and he placed it in the bed. That's like keeping the Indian dudes off our back for censorship.
Right.
So we have to be Clint Eastwood, but we have to remember
Alcatraz.
exactly.
Island.
But we have to remember that that's our circumstance.
Right.
I think the blue pill people, they think that we're free. Mm-hmm. Like I went and saw a concert the other night. I went and saw my friend's band. Yeah. And from the stage, she was like, they were singing. Ain't that America for you and me? Remember that song? Mm-hmm. By, who is it? John Cougar Mellencamp. I think he dropped the Cougar because it was like, well, it's kind of talking about 40-year-old women. But anyways.
Because he became too old for that.
He was so lame. He had some totally lame, like, meltdown on stage about Trump the other day.
No.
He did.
Really?
So he got trotted out to come out and denounce Trump.
Oh, God.
So that was part of his...
So lame.
That was part of his script.
Yeah.
So anyways, she was singing this... They're covering this song, and she goes, just remember, we're so lucky to live in America. And I was thinking, that is true, but we're the last nice house in a bad neighborhood. And it's getting really bad.
Yeah.
Like, our neighbors are basically crack house with squatters. That's who our neighbors are. So we don't have a great situation.
We still have a white picket fence, but that's all.
We got a white picket fence, but we've got, like, cockroaches. We got cockroaches and termites. But the white picket fence is still nice. We just painted it. And I think that's what Trump is. Trump is the white picket fence of the paint.
He's Big Daddy government. He's gonna protect us.
There's mold in the shower.
Yeah.
You know, there's tattoos. There's termites.
Oh.
You know, that's what's going on. So people need to have situational awareness. And when you go to the Dodger game or when you go vote coming up, so two things.
I know.
The voting's coming up
tomorrow.
Yeah.
I know.
And dude, our city council, do you believe that that's like
They're
just organic?
So corrupt.
They got voted in now.
Yeah. Who's voting these people in? Where did they come from? They're so corrupt. So even at the city level, it's like huge corruption.
What did they just do? So what has our city council done in the last few months? They said, by the way, it's okay to chop your tits off without telling your mom. Termites or cockroaches can stay. Mm-hmm. So there's no ice raids here. Cockroaches can stay.
We're a sanctuary city.
We're a sanctuary city. And then they did another one just recently that was really fun. They said, by the way, your water bill is going to double, but have a nice day.
Yeah. You know what? I have a question about that. Who owns the water?
Yeah.
They're just going to double it. Like, is this like supply and demand? Do people suddenly like want more water and like they're saying, oh, we're just going to raise the prices now?
Well, I think they keep building these roach motels that house lots of roaches and they drink a lot of water. So we're kind of building without allocating the appropriate natural resources that we need. So I don't think they have enough water. So now they said, well, we'll just charge more for it, but I bet you the roaches don't have to pay for it.
Like you're just going to stop using water because it's too expensive.
Can you just please just kind of have a dry life?
But then we have like endless droughts at the same time that we have record rainfall.
With it, yeah.
You know what I mean? And then, like in the same year, we'll have record rainfall, but then like, oh, we're also in a drought. And they'll just say, oh, well, because we've been in a drought for so long, we just have to like stay in a drought. Yeah.
It's all a manipulation. The other thing that makes me think of too is now, I don't know if you've seen this, but blacks are rioting because they're taking away your food stamps. Have you seen this?
I haven't seen that.
So EBT is getting turned off.
Because of the shutdown. I think that's another episode we're going to go into.
Yeah. So you know what? They're just like, well, if I don't get free handouts, I'm going to go riot.
I'm just going to throw a tantrum. Well, I think this was an interesting episode, and
Such a good idea.
like I said, it's kind of urgent.
It's urgent.
It's urgent because there
What's that
is
song from the 80s? It's urgent,
yeah,
emergency. That's what it is. Yes,
urgency.
that's what this one is.
So this is urgent right now because the Dodger Parade is going to happen
Dodger Parade and
and
voting.
voting happening on
I
like
can't believe it.
within a day of each other.
You know what? It was such you kind of made the connection when you went down to the Dodger game about it being the Roman Coliseum too.
Hmm.
I love the way sometimes now um, you're starting to connect two things and see that the rabbit holes connect.
Yeah,
You
because
go down pro sports, it connects with rigged voting. It's rigged pro sports and rigged voting.
you know why? Because everything is like all the rabbit holes are controlled by the culture club. So at
Yeah.
some point, all the rabbit holes are going to like run into each other.
You got to remember
You
that.
know?
The Culture Club controls pro sports and voting.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why that one senator came out over the weekend and he was like, "Oh, if you say anything bad about that country from 1948, you get 5 years in jail. Have a nice day."
God. Oh,
You have anything else on this?
I think we covered it.
That was good.
But like during this episode, I kind of had epiphanies for like the next couple of episodes.
Really?
So
Okay, good.
I think like we're on fire right now.
We're on fire.
Yeah,
That's why I'm Firefly.
totally.
I'm a Firefly.
I know.
Okay.
That was great. I'll talk
That
to you
was awesome.
soon.
Okay.
Bye.